Yeah, this ain't your average Happy Meal. Well, at least it's still got some neat toys. Oh, it bites. Are you feeling all right? Looks like he's feeling better and inspired. Guess he's got an eye for crafting. He's gonna fix up this kangaroo. Let's start with some leg extensions. We're gonna need something sharp. The claws are coming out tonight. Next, those paws. Sand them into shape. Of course, we need a hands-on approach. Some clay will help smooth things out. Now it's time for a quick incision. Of course, he's gonna need some teeth. Cover him up with some yellow paint. And here I thought the platypus was weird looking. Next up, why don't we fix up this giraffe? Let's just trim a little off the top. Now grab the heavy artillery. Take what's left and sand it into place. Don't worry, you'll get new legs. A whole bunch. Some clay and wires will help whip things into shape. Just don't forget to make some room for spikes. Looks like dental's included in your makeover package. But even a scary giraffe could use a fresh coat of paint. We can't forget your spots either. Uh-oh. Looks like something's breaking at the zoo. And not just the fights. Hey, a hippo. Let's clean him up. But first, it's lunchtime. Save those bones. We can use them. I'm starting to get star-nosed mole vibes. But we can use some clay around the jaws. Now let's saw off those legs. We can always get new ones. We'll need some clay, spikes, and a pair of red eyes. Just remember one thing about spikes. They can be a real pain in the back or side. Our zoo's almost done, but there's still room for a gorilla. At least what's left of him. We can rebuild him. Let's fill in those limb extensions. Beads and spikes add a needed touch. As do spider legs. My, what big paws you have. And look at those teeth. Of course, pink really isn't his color. Silverback gray, and blood red for those boils. Looks like our zoo's ready. Well, just not for business. Kangaroo versus Transformer. Wow, you knocked his block off. Careful, Roo's got friends and some high, and low places. Of course, it's anyone's fight in the end. Don't forget, hippo plays the winner. Looks like we'll need new parts and a whole new zoo. Of course, the aquarium can be fun too. These pinchers could use some extensions. Grab some broken toys for a few spare parts. Now things are about to get really wired. You can never have too many pinchers. He's ready to rumble, or hit the disco, whatever comes first. Now it's your turn. Think of it like one big puzzle. Well, that's one way to build somebody up. Wow, look at the muzzle on this guy. But a croc doesn't have to be too scary. In fact, why don't we add all sorts of colors? Yeah, go from crab to mantis shrimp, just like that. Now this brings new meaning to 4 eyes. Grab some wires for a brand new exoskeleton. Cover with foil and add a matching tail. Now let's just add a few final touches. And you know who could use some arms. Much better. The red's nice, but a croc needs some scales. Fill up every nook and cranny, even around the arms. Besides, we'll still have plenty of red, just in your mouth. Plus some white teeth and blue lipstick. Wow, guess this guy really is blue. Dabba dee, dabba die. Still, we could always use a splash of green, too. Don't like the color? Well then, just paint over it. You're almost done. Just add a few more pieces. Of course, slow and steady sometimes wins the race. Yeah, you really want to get the drool just right. And those boils looking their bloodiest. So, are you guys ready for a rematch? Careful, I'd avoid those teeth. Didn't I tell you? Well, your Transformers all in pieces. Next time, a little hot glue might help.
Oh no! Ah!
Lucky all I've got on my shoulder's a monkey. Just be careful. Whatever it is, it's spreading. Well, anyway, free slime is free slime. And there's slime hiding all over this place. I think we need a closer look. Wow, we've just hit the slime motherlode. And look at all these prizes inside. But still, we should really patch this guy up. Grab that comb. Something tells me we're gonna need teeth. Just make sure there's enough for each side. That short neck isn't working. Go long or go home. But we'll need a new head. Ooh, hippo. Oh, it bites? Perfect. Just what we need. But a good neck needs layers. Add foil and clay. Probably should cover up that mug too. Just remember, we still want a giraffe. And a creepy giraffe's still a giraffe, I think. Those teeth could use a good brushing. At least you'll always have your brush on hand. Oh, hi Barbie. Hi Ken. Hey,
What?
look over there. Wanna help, Barbie? We just need some spare parts. It bends, but what is it exactly? Oh, hold on. I think you need to sign for something. It's the 5-spice original recipe. I think he wants a tip. Good doing business with you. Well, there's still plenty of pieces left for us. Just make sure you save the bones. Connect them with glue. No bones about it. I think we've earned a little potty break. Especially when there's a surprise inside. Let's bend these beads into shape. Just use some twine. We're making a bunch of weird shapes. But what are they for? They're for the giraffe. But we'll need to make some room. A few extra arms never hurt anybody. Some clay on the joints? Not a bad idea. It's just the thing for adding some holes. Now I think someone could use a fresh coat of paint. Gray is a nice start and all, but we want color. Use a nice orange-yellow to cover most of the body. Use red for the eyes and the tongue. For the teeth, some nice bone white. Next, mix some red and brown for those holes. Of course, a giraffe needs its spots. Add some saliva. This'll help keep it in place. Wow, our monster giraffe is really coming together. He's ready for the zoo, but what zoo is ready for him? You know, Riley's always got an open mind. And it's just filled with surprises, like new crafting material. Guess Dolly here's getting a little makeover. But don't forget, we're gonna need some teeth. Open wide. Mr. Funnyface here wants to help too. Now let's add some new eyes. We can squeeze in a little rhinoplasty. Now let's check up with our elephant. Careful, it's getting hot in here. Now that is one hot pachyderm. Some toothpicks will make some great spikes. Guess there's a sale on nose jobs today. Hey, TV times for after building. Besides, we can use some wires. Red is your color, but you can't beat basic black. Al dente. In other words, to the tooth. Let's check on Dolly. Now you might feel a slight pinch. Don't worry, we've got new ones ready for you. Let's throw in some legs while we're at it. These new fingers cut straight to the point.
Huh?
A slinky? Ooh, we can use this for ribs. Now cover her up with some foil and clay. Wow, that blue really matches her hair. It's back to our elephant friend. Sand him up, add some color, and throw on some spikes. Don't forget the slime. And tough nails. Ooh, that is one tough apple. But save those teeth. Could also use some eyes. Aw, feeling blue? Speaking of blue, why not try a chain? Let's fix that chip on your shoulder. Some staples and thread should help keep things together. Who's up for a little facial mask? Now add a little something between the eyes. These glasses are a bit cracked, but they'll do. And why don't we undo your do? Ooh, nice sweater. Can we borrow it? It's just what we need for Dolly's new wardrobe. Of course, it could use a little customization. I think this reminds me of our old friend, Sadness. but in a scarier form, I guess. Voila! Dance for the folks at home. Now let's show off our elephant friend. It's always fun with spooky little ghouls like you.